Alright, here's what I found. First IF. It was, see if I can get some more better light on that. Rusted like the other one was. Both springs were rusted up. Now, the red was just something I did, getting it out. These don't seem to have any breaks or cracks or missing insulation on them. But it could have been, there may have been some interaction between this rusted spring and the insulating sleeve on the wire that could, I'm trying to remember if I had difficulty in aligning the IFs for this. It seemed to me one of them didn't have much of a variation in the adjustment. I can't remember if it was the first IF or the second IF. It may have been the first, but we'll find out. So I just wanted to show this real quick before going through and doing the rest of this stuff. So we'll have it back in the chassis. We won't do a nuts and bolts feature on this particular thing. You've seen one, you've seen them all. So, but I just wanted to point out that this one here was rusted up as bad as the second IF was, but didn't have the issue with the broken green wire in the hook connection. So we're going to get that done, and then we're going to get it all back together, and then we'll come back. So see you then. It'll be a few days. Alright, we're just about ready to start replacing the wiring on this IF can. And I wanted to touch base on what I'm going to use for the spring, that the old springs that came out of this thing here. Hopefully I'm in frame, and you can see just about the same diameter, maybe just a slight bigger, but this is as a matter of fact, I got these from Ace, and they got a whole slew of selection of springs, both compression, torsion, you name it, any kind of a spring that you need, and in various sizes and in various types. And then I'm going to use my sleeving to sleeve it like I did the other one when ready to put it in. And these here are about 3.5, maybe 4 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches in length. And really all you need to do is just snip off the what you need, and make the adjustments for the final grounding on the thing. They will accept solder. So now let me go ahead and get these replaced, and we'll be back. Ja, näsås. Snether måste något hela inget sitting outside. Inget sitter nere. Det är slog nu ett my was. Na fast sneeder musketsnet ain't not set to get done. Cow spellasting. Her verksbesvar the number 5 här är upprättning i neighborhood. I bara said out the said they only got big, you know, my it was this is the story fairly important is that arbetsgivare ma and it's just snicking a little thorny the oil to and once no more like I am on around he's her finding it's a new debut heck Yeah, I was thinking the same thing myself. Anyway, it's time to get a grip. Not there, up here. Okay. All right, let's get back to business here. So what we're going to do, I've replaced one of the tubes in here. I think it was the LA6, and we got some response out of it. Now here's the clinker. The LA6 that I put in here, I checked it on the tester, and it tests in the yellow zone, in the mediocre zone. And so I shelved it and figured, well, it'll be good for a backup or a test or whatever. I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. It was one of the tubes that I got from a supplier a few months ago. So I never did contact him back saying, hey, you sold me a mediocre tube. I figured, well, you know, a lot of these Lochtel tubes, they come out being near yellow or low green zone. Very rarely do I find one that's got a high rating or a high response on it, like in the middle green zone or high in the green zone on my tester. So and I've noticed this for a lot of the 1.4 volt tubes. Now, I hadn't noticed it on any of the 6 volt tubes or 7 volt tubes. They just don't, you know, all the 7XXX tubes. Well, they all are either in the red zone or they're in the green zone. Now, the ones that are in the yellow zone, well, they will still work. Probably not as good as one that runs into the green zone, but they do work. But it's a toss-up on these 1.4 or 1.2 volt tubes. So, that being said, I've dug out, let me grab this thing. I've drug out the Clipper radio from a subscriber in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco area. He sent me his Clipper since he seen me doing all these Bomber radios. He says, well, I got a Bomber, I think, and he never unpacked it. I think I went through that background on this one back when I did that. I did a former video. I'm not sure which one it was, but this one I've checked out for him and found out that it does function, and it has already been recapped at one time. As a matter of fact, all of the caps, even the micas, were recapped. So I don't remember if these were done. They may have not been done. This one, and this one. These might still be original to the radio, if I remember correctly, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, I got it out and set up, and I was going to make a comparison 1-to-1 on both of these radios and see if there was any far out differences in each of them, and then I would attack that portion. Now we're going to do that next. I'm not going to make a video of it or anything, but you're going to get the results after the fact. Let's see, this one here, I did manage to get the first IF rewired and back in and connected. Now, like I said earlier, I did replace the LA6 tube, and possibly the LE3 tube. And it started working real good, even on shortwave. But then I come back an hour later and I turn it on and I fire it up and it comes back and it's dumb as a post. So, you know, I just about went full circle on this thing, and I'm thinking, you know, it could be this thing, the can dome. I'm hearing a lot of horror stories about people who've had problems with their reception on just about all bands, and some of the people are pointing towards the voltages on the filaments of the oscillator tube in particular, or one of the converter tubes, or both. They need to be close to 1.4 volts, and if it drops below 1.3 volts, 1.25 volts, 1.2 volts, it's just liable not to work properly. So I'm going to double check up on this thing here while I'm checking up on all the other darn things that I got to check up on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Matter of fact, let's see, it is Thursday the 15th of December. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll let you know the results. So stand by. We're this cliffhanger. I'm either going to jump off the edge, or I'm going to see my salvation. So thanks for watching.